I come from mainland China and grew up in Beijing. I did not perform well in the college entrance examination and failed to go to the dream school. Now I'm studying in the University of Hong Kong. First of all, I am not defending them. I would like to say, apart from the students, as far as the university itself is concerned, HKU is not a bad school. The university's facilities are excellent, and most of its professors are calm and academically competent. You can see this in the university's academic ranking. Several of my freshman courses were taught in lecture halls, such as microeconomics, while my favorite humorous old professor was diligently lecturing on stage. On the other side, all I could hear were the loud chatter of local students. This is true in every class and in many other classes as well. Later, in order to hear the professor's voice, I sat in the first two rows of each class to escape the unscrupulous conversation. Of course, I know some friendly and studious local friends. We are congenial and get along well. But I was shocked by the number of students who had no respect for their professors, their peers, or their knowledge, who were so rare in the learning environment I knew in the mainland. Every time I meet fascinating, enthusiastic professors, it makes me sick to think that they are casting pearls before swine with their rich understanding of the world. At this moment, I can only relax a little by reminding myself that there are still a few bright, studious local and international students at HKU who respond to knowledge and goodwill. I am not in Hong Kong this summer. I have not seen this huge movement begins. When I return at the end of August, I could only see their rage, craziness, and loss of reason. I just signed with my friends. Up to now, Hong Kong has no room for a desk. During the first months of school, when we went to school every day, we could see the dazzling slogan whenever we enter the Campus 01 from the entrance A of the University of Hong Kong subway station. Can you imagine? Every day we go to school, we see a lot of curses like "dead whole family" aimed at the mainland student. "Go back to China," "dogs," and so on. The slogan sprayed on the wall was cleaned by the cleaning aunt of the school in the middle of the night, and then sprayed by them again later. They frantically tore up all the posters stuck by mainland students, tore up the posters and stepped on them. But they also sent an email to the school declared that tearing down their hate speech is a criminal offense. I respect the regulation of the student union. You can't tear down the posters on the democracy wall, but isn't the student union's indulgence of its own people and the threat of coercion against opponents the double standards they object to? Today, someone handed out a mask on the campus, but I did not take it. One of them grabbed my arm and asked me about my position. I was a little flustered for a moment, and they scratched my arm. What? The idea they espouse of freedom doesn't apply here? What strikes me as the funniest thing is that they claim to be at odds with MTR and take action by not paying. They still take the subway as usual, but when they got to the credit card gate, they tripped. Do people who want to build a society under the rule of law want to steal? Is there a bunch of hooligans hiding under the pretense? Can you imagine? Sometimes even go to the library can be a dangerous thing. For me, a peaceful weekend in the library is a great happiness. I live in the Kennedy Town, 10 minutes walk from the school. Over the past month, I have received constant attention from my parents, friends, and high school teachers. Don't go out tomorrow, be safe, and so on. The coffee shop I frequented go-to was smashed because of political disagreements. Libraries close early. The roar of Zhongshan Square below can be heard in the once quiet self-study area. On the way to school, you might be targeted just for speaking Mandarin. One of my good friends even dare not let others see the WeChat chat scream on the subway. for fear of the danger of being detected by the mainland identity. On October 1st, National Day, we hid in the room to watch the parade, happy and proud. By the afternoon, it's like living in the magic world. I was afraid to go to school. I had only been studying in the cafe downstairs for an hour, and the staff told me that they were coming. He had to lock the door, go home quickly, pay attention to safety. In the news, the subway station was set on fire and the store glass was broken. As an outsider, I saw it shocking. Those who claim to love Hong Kong, their expression of love, is ruined. After the enthusiasm, are these things enough to pay back with their lifetime? The people who talk recklessly in the classroom have now become the people who beat, smash, rob, and burn in the street. They move themselves with pretending greatness, and they were as unscrupulous as ever, still bothering others. The first step in the search for freedom is to respect the freedom of others, while asking others where their conscience is. They should also touch their own heart to see if they have lost it. I regret not staying in the mainland for study, but I have no right to complain about my choice. I just hope Hong Kong has enough room for a desk and a moment of silence so that we can have our own lives. I begged, a mainland student from the University of Hong Kong.